Hello, hello, and welcome to Candy's Crafts Corner. How are you all doing tonight? I'm doing fine. Looking forward to starting. This is gonna be my last live of the year because I'm already. Uh, I hear the noise. I hope it's nothing grave or anything. Anyway, hopefully not. As I said, I'm traveling next Sunday for the holidays, so I'm not gonna be around, and I'm gonna take a little break until the new year. Okay, so I think I'll come back on whatever is the second Sunday of the year. Anyway, I hope you're doing fine today, because I'm sure that you pretty much are done with your Christmas cards. I thought, well, what to do with all these little leftovers that we all have? How about some tags? Quick and easy, quick and easy. And these are some of the ones. I started, like, my idea was to do tags with something that you Christmas or holiday tags with something that you usually don't use for holidays. And this is one of our new sweets, Creative Haven. It has pretty much any hobby that you may think about. It's there. You have like book, like reading and baking and cooking and painting, and there's like planting, like indoor, a lot of indoor plants. That's a beautiful paper. I think I showed you a few years. Sorry, I think I'm having some issues and I don't know why. Because I deleted all the content that's stored, so I didn't have to do that. But well, I guess I'm gonna have to improvise again and try to be on top of not letting my phone go to not letting my phone go to sleep. Anyway, this is gonna be annoying for me. I'm so sorry about that. I don't know what's wrong, but I thought I had sorted it out, but I guess I didn't. I see there's 6 people live, it says here. I only see 3 on my Facebook, so I don't know what's going on. But anyway, I'm gonna ignore that and keep going, and hope that everything is fine. So we're talking about the hobbies feature in creative. This is the hobby Haven paper. So you have sewing and, you know costume making or clothes making. There's espresso machine. There's tea. There's baking. There's cooking. There's something for relaxation, like this. That I've been using it already. So you have like pampering and everything. Hi, Deborah. How are you? Uh, Hi, Susan. So anyway, let's get started. I'm gonna use a lot of these. Well, not a lot. Some of these dyes that don't scream holiday to you, but you can always give them holiday twist. For instance, I like to give my niece something for cooking or baking because she's into it, and since she was little, I've been giving her, as I call, like a chef's tool. So I'm gonna use one of these labels to make a cute, like this, to make a cute little label for her chef's tool of the year. But anyway, so if you're giving books, you can do something like that. But I'm also gonna show some other tags, like more regular tags like this with, happy holidays and a snowflake, and This one that says special delivery has a bear. And this one uses that very cute set with all the animals delivering mail. I can't remember the name of it now. I could check it because I have it right here. So let me do that. This is the one I'm talking about. And this is where, if you want quick and easy tags, this is where the DSP that has cutouts already comes in handy. North Pole Delivery, that's the name of that set. So let's start before my phone goes to sleep anymore. And what I want to do is just use all the bits and pieces that I've been collecting from like car making or something. You know, I have like DSP. When I have like a little strip of DSP, I used some of the tags in Creative Haven to cut out some of the DSP out, you know, like in these little shapes, and you can layer them or not or whatever, but you can make very fun, festive tags. And this is embossed, but it also used one of these dies. This is from another set, but I, you know, like I got like when I have like, this is from one of the cards and envelopes from a couple of years, I think it was. So I just said like, oh, there's a strip. Let me make a label out of it. So you can put something nice, just like, you know, like a little piece of thing and just for you or something. And, you know, it's very easy to make tags and make the most of your scraps. Okay, so let's start with something. I have some ready, and then I'm going to improvise some others because that's the whole point of this live today. What to do with what's laying around your table or your craft room. Do you save your scraps? I'm sure you do. I do. I try to save the scraps now of the paper within the same envelope of the paper. So if I go say for, let me grab one that I can show you. Like I have these, for instance, and I have all these little bits and pieces here of all Christmassy paper. Like some of them are narrow, some of them are thicker, some of them I can cut out labels from. I'm also apologizing today for the reflection again of my lights, but I was running late, as you could see, and I just didn't have time to look for the paper to cover it because, you know, the mat that I had last time wasn't working for me. Anyway, so let's make this one. This one was from Creative Haven, and it's for, you know, if you're getting books or somebody who likes to read, or somebody who's, you know, like a teacher or something, like the stack of books is cute. This is from the cutout things. I actually, the die cut things. You can do them vertically, or you can do them like as if they're laying around on a table. And then I embossed these with this new leaf embossing folder. This is a piece that comes in the die cuts of this set as well, Creative Haven. And we're going to put this little lamp here. And I need something round, which I don't know if I have. But if not, we'll improvise because that's the whole point of this live today. And I do have some circles cut from the Spotlight on Nature thing. So for this one, I like to follow on the light. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this here. As I said, this is going to be a different life because it's not me doing a lot of prepared things. It's going to be a lot of on-the-fly stuff. So I hope you're okay with that improvisational aspect of it. So I'm going to get a small, whatever this is called, blending brush. And I don't know why I'm blanking. I'm going to get some yellow ink. In this case, I had handy Bumblebee, which I know is retired, but you can use Daffodil Delight, or whichever color you want. And just grab some ink. And you know how we always say start from the outside? I don't care in this one. In this case, I'm just gonna start and do my blood on the center of the lamp, and then just go a little bit like this. So if there's a blood, I don't mind that it's the center where the light bulb is supposed to be, and then just gonna go around, and that's it. And it comes as, oh, there's light coming from that lamp. Okay. So let me put this away. I'm running out of space here. I have a pile of ink pads there, and I'm afraid that they're gonna fall. So once we've done that, and we're gonna put our sentiment, and I think I used the no picking because I thought it was cute. What else will we have here? Believe it doesn't fit. I would look for small sentiments. Merry Christmas to you. There could be another one. You know, I can do that one. So I'm gonna do it. Excuse my arm. Okay, something fell. I already knew something was gonna fall. Oh no, two things are falling. Oh well. Hopefully I won't need them. I'm gonna use garden green, which is the color of this background label that I cut from I cut it from Creative Haven. And here we are. Merry Christmas to you. And now we're gonna put the books underneath. Let me grab this. It's very hot here. So this will dry very quickly. I have all these embellishments here that are Christmassy, and they're piling up there. And I don't know what the two that fell are, but anyway. We'll pretend we don't need them because they're not in my desk. They're not being used at the moment. Only things on my desk. Hello, I'm back. Sorry about that. This is gonna be a pain. So this, I was saying that you can use just any ribbon you have laying around that matches, you know, goes with the color or something, or maybe it doesn't, you know, doesn't have to. Actually, let me do this because it's what I did. You just cross it like that and use this little thing to go through this. This is the hardest one because it's just a little dot. You could make it bigger if you wanted to, but I don't want to bother. All right, and then we're going to put it through the second one. And then once that's in, I'm going to grab the tails and I'm going to thread them through the loop here. And just pull gently so you don't break the holes in the paper. And that's it. And now that we have that, all we have to do is use dimensionals. We're going to use plenty of dimensionals today. Thankfully, I have a brand new sheet here. We're going to use them in small and big. Let's see if this stays in place, actually. While you're watching, let me do that. I'm just going to put a couple of more strip of stamp and seal. Fresh, so they stick. Because these, I'm using the smaller ones that I got from Paper Pumpkins Past or something, or kits. I use everything. I have to put the adhesive behind it. Otherwise, I can just stuck it in the little thing that I made. Little folder. All right, so this is gonna go like this. So I'm just gonna put like one here and one here. And maybe this, remember, is gonna go through this, so you don't want to put it on the side because it's not gonna attach it. So I think 2 is good enough. Also, I think that tags are very, how you call them? use and dispose kind of thing. Consumable, that's what I was looking for. They're a consumable items, so people usually don't keep the tags. But anyway, and the other thing that you can do with tags that you get is just like put that in a card, and that would be cute enough. Let me see if I have a card here, card base that I can showcase. Like, imagine that this is your card base and you want to, like, decorate this, just put this on the side, and that's a cute card already. So that's for recycling the tags that you get this Christmas, unless they have your name right on front, which I don't like to do. I just, I would put the name here or in the back or something. But to make this Christmassy, we're gonna use some embellishments, and I'm gonna use a different one from the ones I use here, just to show you. I'm gonna use the little gold holly leaves. And then I have these too. So let me grab a glue dot. People are very... I was saying people are very quiet, and my phone went to sleep again. I don't know, man. I'm gonna think hard about changing my streaming service because this is not working. Okay, I dropped one on the floor, so I'm gonna get another one. So if you put holly leaves with their berries on anything, that becomes instantly Christmassy to me. This may be too big, but it's good enough. All right. Isn't that now? It says Merry Christmas, and you have the holly leaves, so that makes it very Christmas to me. It's like when you put a snowflake. So that's one tag that we can do. All right, let's move on. What else do I have? Well, let's use this I have on my desk that I had pre-prepared. This was one from the cooking series. We all have people in our lives that like to cook, right? I'm sure you do. I do too. I like to cook myself. So if you're giving something that's cooking oriented or baking oriented, that would be a cute card. So for this case, for this, I used the two. Did I bring them here? I'm not sure if I did or I left them. Yeah, here they are. Let me show you. These are the dies from Creative Haven. So you see they have these shapes for the labels, and then you have this here that would make the hole. So the point is, when you put this in your cut and emboss machine, I recommend you put some washi tape over them because they tend to move slightly, and then your hole will be a little crooked. Not that anybody cares, because as I say, a tack is very consumable. So nobody's gonna say like, oh, that hole is a little bit on the side. But anyway, so this came from this, and this one came from this, a piece of white scrap that I had, and I embossed it with a snowflake sky embossing folder. And this is from Spotlight on Nature. Okay, so we are gonna, let me see what I use for inspiration. The other thing I like to do when I'm doing tags is get my smaller sentiments. And you know where many of them are? In your paper pumpkin stamps, which I save, of course, because why wouldn't you? They're stamps. And I have all my Christmas ones or holiday ones all together in You know, I have them like this. I put them in a uh, folder like this. Is like oversized, but anyway, I get them from here. They're usually small on size. So I also have one of my favorite sets, Itty Bitty Christmas, and it has all these little small sentiments. Like have a sugar sprinkle season. That's a great one for if you're giving cookies or a baking thing to somebody. That's a very cute thing. But even thinking of your Christmas, joy to the world, happy Christmas, blah blah blah. You know, like so. You know, so in this case, I'm gonna use this. Oh, what yum! I love this one for holidays. So let's stamp that first, and we're gonna create this card now, like this one. So I'm getting my bases done. This is just a layer. This is already pre-cut, so look how easy it is. All you have to do is find your whatever sentiment you want to put, which I don't know what it is. What is oh my? Oh, here we go. And a nice color that you want to do with. In this case, it's gonna be real red for me because I'm gonna use the real red ribbon, so we have the green and red effect. Everybody's very quiet today. Am I talking too much? Oh, what yum. So then I fussy cut from this paper something that was baking related. And now I don't see it here. Oh, here it is. It's this one here. I kind of like that one the best. I have it also here. We have the recipe books. We have what else can be with the apron? Oh, this. Let's use this bun mold here. Let's do that. Or maybe the measuring cups. I'm gonna do the measuring cups. Those are cute. So what I do is just I cut the part I want, so I can fussy cut comfortably. And I'm gonna leave a little bit of a white border around because my apron, which is one of the die cut pieces that are already pre-cut for you, has already that white outline. So I'm gonna do the same here. All right, so that's more or less okay. Not looking for perfection, especially never looking for perfection when you're making something handmade. But I think I need something else. Maybe the eggs. How about the eggs? The eggs are cute. Or maybe the cookie tray. Maybe the cookie tray. Let me see. I'm gonna do the cookie tray. I'm not trying to do the perfection here. I'm just trying to get it without the other pieces being destroyed. So because I may want to fussy cut other pieces. All right, so that's that. All right. One of the things that I like to do, and I didn't do in my original one, but it kind of did because it has two elements. It has the dough and it has the rolling pin, is to do threes, you know, like three little things. And my label or layered labels or something. This one too, it was just too little, I think. So just by having the cookies underneath, I think we would add to this. So I can just do something like that. Glue the cookies. As I said, I'm improvising. Everybody's very quiet. Somebody say something. What do you use your scraps for? Let's talk about that. All right. So my measuring cups are gonna go on a dimensional like that. And then I'm gonna grab this. I'm gonna put my apron here. My label on top. Oh, what yum. Like so. So the apron is gonna be glued. Just the corner. So you're just gonna put a little bit of glue here. This is just paper, so you don't need a lot of adhesive. And now we're gonna put a couple of dimensionals there. And I guess my adhesive didn't work very well here to hold these people down. Because it's plasticky the back, so it's just not the same. So one dimensional and another dimensional there. And there. Okay, now we just have to layer with this. And what I'm doing it here is using my baker's twine because we're baking here. That's a baker theme. So I'm just gonna grab a piece, thread it through my holes there. There's a narrow hole, so always better to thread it through there. I like to do the hoop thingy. I think it's more secure. And then we thread the tails through and you get a nice hole there. And then to make it a little more festive, we add in the red to it by making a little bow out of this. Here's when you get the ribbons from Christmas past or whatever you have. Use the little beads. If it doesn't make a bow, you can make a knot, it doesn't matter. Though I'm set on a bow, so I'm gonna try my best. I want a tiny one. Yeah, that will do it. Just have to play with it a little bit. And that's it. Now we put the tails down so it looks pretty, or as pretty as we can. And we just glue it there with a glue dot or two. One and two. And to top it all, we put a couple of dimensionals. Not dimensional, sorry, embellishments I meant. And we're gonna use the faceted snowflakes, which to me are more stars than snowflakes. And I did red here, but I think I'm gonna do green here. Just gonna put one there and one big one here and a smaller one there as well. And that's festive and nice and quick and easy, right? Let me put this away so we can move on to more. So just a point, I'm gonna make another one of the Creative Haven ones, but we don't have to. We can do other stuff. Let me see. For these ones, I lost my painter's palette. There were 2 sheets of die cuts, and I honestly don't know what happened with them. So I'm gonna have to improvise. This one is really easy, and I don't have the big circle. Uh-oh. Where is my big circle? Well, I'll improvise and I'll use something else. Though I do like my Santa flying that I put here. So anyway, I can do my Santa flying in here. Let's see. What else do I have that I can use? Because that's the point, don't stop, just keep going. Doesn't have to be exact, doesn't have to be a set design. It can be just anything. And I'm surprised I don't have that red. Oh well, it doesn't matter. Let's do, what do we do? Well, I like this in blue. Still with me? I'm sorry, I'm having technical issues. I hope you're back with me. So sorry. Say something if you are. So this is not the ideal tag that I wanted to do for this slate. Let me see if I can find something better. This is way too big. But you know what? No, it's way too big. Because I wanted to use a circle. And I didn't bring my circles. Oh, well. Oh, I have an idea. I may have some circles here. That's more. I have all these little boxes with, look at that. Look at that. Okay, perfect. We're going to use that. It's not going to be blue. We're going to change the label. I also have these I can use for something else later. All right. See, this is where you're improvising and using what you have. So I'm just going to make it a little because now it's a circle so I can make my stamp curve, but not as curved as I need it to fit in such a small space. So we're going to put it by up here. And I'm going to do it in Secret CE. Just because I want it to be seen. I apologize for the technical issues. I will resolve this, I promise. I don't know what it will take, but I thought I changed some of the settings that it would be better, but I guess it's not. So, all right. So now we have that, and of course it's gonna be different than that. And then we're gonna put this here, and that we're gonna have to stamp it with the believe, because I think you have Santa in the back. It's cute. Let's see if I can clean my stamp first, because I had used it in red, and now we're gonna use it in. I don't know what color. I guess we didn't have to do blue just to get with it. Oops, sorry. Sorry, I hit the camera again. Believe. That's nice. And I'm gonna put this like that on the side. I did dimensionals in that because I used the brushes. And where are the brushes? They were around here. There we go. There's the brushes and the jar. So I'm gonna cut the jar out, and we'll use it as another element separate. And then we'll clean this up. Perfect. All right, so we have that. We're gonna put this in dimensionals first. So then I know where to tag this. There. So I just gonna put a little bit of glue on my brushes. And it's not gonna be as colorful as my original one because I cannot find my painter's palette. I'm just gonna put a little bit of glue here in the corner. And then of course we have to make it Christmassy by putting some blingy there. And in this case we're gonna use the original green and red. What I like to do with these little ones is I'm just going like this and put them there so I can pick them up with more ease than from the box itself. These are retired stuff. I'm sure you all have different things. I wanted the little red dots, so let's see if I can get some of them here. There. All right, so I'm gonna put a glue dot right there. And we're just gonna attach the holly leaves, the sparkly holly leaves. I'm trying to put them in a V. So I see that I'm gonna need another glue dot for my little berries. And for this, I'm gonna use my take your pick tool, and I'm gonna put the one there. This is the other way around. Take your pick tool is so handy for picking up tiny little embellishments like this. There. All right. So now to finish this up, we're just gonna glue this here, and we'll use some other. Remember, you're putting in the center, so you don't want glue all around it because this is gonna overlap the sides. Something like that. See, there's no glue showing. Let's put this back where they belong before we make a mess. Hi, Deborah. Thank you so much for letting me know I'm back. And let's do this balmy blue, which matches with the color. Wait, this something yellowish there. So I'm gonna. Oh, it's maybe because it's old. Maybe I dumped something in it. I'm just gonna dispose of that part and just do. Actually, I'm gonna do something different because this is a thicker ribbon. So, okay, I guess we won't use that one anymore. So we're gonna do this. Because it's gonna be too thick to come. And then we'll tie it here with, I think I have this one. It will look nice. This polka dot tulle. It's all about using what you have and improvising. Or instead of improvising, you want to call it getting inspired or whatever, right? So, okay. Just gonna move this down. And once I have it what I wanted, I just wanted a simple note. I should have done a bow because it would have looked nice, but I don't think I cut enough. So a simple bow it is. I'm just gonna trim the size. Okay, I have a 16th note there. Trim the sizes of the tails of everything, including this. I think this will look nicer like this. All right. So there we go. Different from the other one. Still festive, but cute, right? And let's take a break from these here, my two thingies. Let's take a break from the Creative Haven and just use like scraps that you have laying around. Let's see, what scraps do I have? I have this scrap, and I really like this a lot. I also have this scrap. Scrap. Don't think I'm saying the other word that starts with a C. All right, so these are from the branching out. I can just do a hole here. If you have a hole puncher, you can use that. Or I'm just gonna use, if I brought it, let's see if I did. And I did. This all Label Me Fancy Punch, which is I put my stuff here. It would give me a pretty nice hole. There you go. See? Gonna do the same one with this one. So I get to have two. You try to center it so you see there's more or less equal size of paper on both sides. And there we go. Pretty darn good. Right. Conrad, what do we do with this? I don't know, because I wasn't counting on anything. But this is too small. You know, it's mix and match and whatever, you know. This is very serious, so I don't want to do anything cutesy. I'm gonna do something more like with this gold leaf that I have cut here. And what else can I use? I have more stuff. Don't you worry about it. I have like boxes and boxes. Oh, like this. Oh, I know. This is perfect for a ponciera. So I have this, which I already uh, sponged the sides with. So we don't have to do it now. I did it last week for you to see. And with a glue dot, gonna put it together. Maybe we'll do a bigger ponciera for this one as well. So grabbing my glue dot. I could use this side of the take your pick tool, but I have it, my take your pick tool with the putty and the stylo. So I don't want to start changing that. And I have this piercing tool that pretty darn good. All right, so we'll do that. We'll just move the like this and see what else we have here. Oh, I had one already made. Look at that. Oh, we can put two. And I like something else in the middle. What else? Maybe this. This will be nice. Let's see. Have that. Or I can do this like that. No, I think you see more of the tool like this. So I'm going to put dimensionals here. And this is how I do it. I grab all my pieces and I see what works. And usually I'm going from the rule of three. One layer, like one base, one layer, and then three little elements. And that usually works pretty well. Sorry, I had to get a drink of water. I'm talking a lot. Also, it's very hot here, so this, we can give it flagtails and put something. And then we just do 1, 2, and we need another one, right? For my 3, right? Let's see what else I have. It doesn't have to be 3 of the same. It could be, it could be a nice greenery there. So it's kind of like, maybe I won't use this. Maybe I'll use a white label, which I have plenty of around here. I think that's too big, but I can cut it. There we go. Or what do I have around there? Oh, here. No, this is vanilla, right? No, I don't want it in vanilla. But I have this one. Yes. I think that would be a better one. Oh, it is vanilla. So let me reconsider that. I didn't think that the thing is vanilla. There. So I'm gonna put a small sentiment here, like for you or something. Let's see what I have available, and if not, I'll just grab something else. No picking. No, that's not, maybe something. Christmas cheer. I like that sentiment. Christmas cheer. Getting my block. Christmas cheer is gonna be on garden green. And this is something you can do while you're watching TV or something, you know, have your pieces out and just put them together with a couple of stamp sets. Okay, it's not my best stamping there, but it's okay. This is consumable. Probably they're not gonna keep it forever. So I'm just gonna grab this and put in dimensionals too, the little dimensionals. Just put 3. This label, the gold one, I forgot to say, is from the Peaceful Bows, which I love. It's one of my favorite sets ever, as I told you last week. And then I'm going to put this here. And we're going to cover the skull. Don't you worry about it. You know me. I'm not going to leave it naked like that. So we're just going to put a punciera there. I could do a bigger punciera, but I only have one cut. So yeah, I'm going to put just 2. And then just something like that. And this will cover this. Okay. So because this is going to be on here, I only need a glue dot. And then maybe I'll need to prop that up with a dimensional as well. There. And a glue dot for this because I could put regular glue, but the metallic paper always makes it tricky. The adhering of it. And we're going to hide it underneath the other label. And that's it. This is cute. Of course, we need to embellish it a little bit. Let's see if the little ones will work for this. No, these are too big. I need smaller ones. Smaller ones. These are too big. Okay, how about this? These are nice. It's like, what? Silver? No, we have them in gold too. These are the metallic pearls. They're also retired. But you use what you have. That's what I'm trying to do. All right. One, 2, 3, and then 3 here. There. Isn't this cute? I love making tags because they're fast and they're still creative. We need a ribbon. In this case, I'm going to do just the gold. We have this gold lame ribbon from a while ago. And I don't know if it's called lame, but I called it lame, but it's like shimmer ribbon. Okay, whatever. I'm just going to do this. And tie it here with this little piece that I have here handy. Gold trim. The gold trim tends to undo itself because it's stuff, but if you play with it, it will try to, loosen the knot. If that bothers you too much, you can always put a little glue dot underneath the knot there. So to make it more stable. So I'm gonna do that. Not that I need to, but just cover it with the knot. And that's about it. And that's another nice little tag. Maybe I'll trim this a little bit. There we go. Okay. Totally improvised. I'm gonna put a glue dot here so they don't get tangled in other things, the leaves. All right, and before we go, we'll make just one more. And then I'll let you go. Because you got the idea of what I'm trying to do here, right? All right, so that's our latest card. I have made this one too, as I showed you before, with a nice little fellow here. Let's see if I have something in whites, because I love whites, because it goes with any kind of wrapping paper. So that's what I love white. Or I can try embellish this. How about that? I'll do that. A smaller one. I also wanted to make a tiny little one for a tiny little token that I'm giving my my postal carrier. Maybe I'll do this one for him. And just say for you. This is from the Nutcracker tags, which I use all my tags as cards. So no tags for me from that. So for him, for the postal thing, I'm just gonna do a post office from the North Pole delivery. Tiny post office, or maybe, yes, maybe that. Yes, I think he'll get it. Just very simple. We have the little carrier thingy, and then I'll just put for you there, but maybe I'll do that in a transversal thing. The green stuff I was gonna use earlier, that is here. Perfect. So I'm just gonna do that. Cut that like this. So he's very cute. He always leaves me a Christmas card on my mailbox. And last year, I left him a little treat and return, like a little chocolate with a tea and a milk. And I thank him. And he was so touched. So this year, mail carrier Steve is getting something. Okay, I should have cut this with my trimmer because it's not straight and that's driving me crazy. So let's just grab a trimmer really quickly. Just that's it. Okay, now it's fine. Just gonna do this. Oh, not so fine. All right. Just gonna put this here in dimensionals. The whole thing in dimensionals after I'm done. All right. So this will go here in dimensionals, and this for you will go underneath in dimensionals over it. Maybe or not. Let's see how it looks. Where are my dimensionals? All right, here. God, it's getting so toasty here in my apartment. It's really cold outside, so they crank out the air conditioning and the heating. And now I'm gonna have to open the window, even though we're like at 20 something degrees. but it's way too hot. It's not such a tiny, tiny car, but tag, I meant. Where does it go? Here. And a little bit of glue on top of here. Just simple. I can put a couple of rhinestones there. What can I put? That's cute. Oh, I know. Because it looks a little naked here in this corner, I'm gonna do my gold leaves, gold holly leaves. Right. I want the little ones. There are two sizes here, so I want the little ones. And then I'm gonna grab one of our cherry cobbler berries that I used before. Very handy because I used to put 3 of them and now they come all together like this. So I like that. There. Isn't it cute? And this will go in his little treat, which has a couple of chocolates this time. Just nothing big, but you know, something to say I'm thinking of you. And I bet it's appreciated because I bet you don't get that many things. Oh, ribbon. Ribbon, I'm gonna use this. This is the mesh ribbon in gold. So I'm gonna do the loopy thingy. Because these openings that have the wider opening, they're good for this. When they have just a hole, it's a little bit more complicated. You still can make it work, but all right. I'll leave it there because I think I'm gonna actually tie it to his little package. All right, and then what else we have laying around here? Oh, I said this one. I can also do this one since I cut this. Oh, but I had this for a couple of years, so let me see if I can find. I think something in white will work well here, and I have some greenery. Well, greenery meaning foliage, I meant, right? And maybe we can do one of these. Yeah, I don't know. I like kind of like the foliage. And then of course we'll put the foliage and we'll put well, I have the smaller one in gold. That's kind of cute. Yes, I like that one. See if I have one in white. So one glitter, one non-glitter. That's how we're gonna do it. And then we'll put the sentiment here and the things here. That's pretty. That's pretty. I like it. Now I need a sentiment label that is horizontal, hopefully, if I can find one. This is too big. I have this. That is too stuck into something. Not so ideal. Maybe this. Maybe I'll put this like farther there and then just do this. Yes, something like that. So I'm gonna do that. And we're gonna do Misty Moonlight. Sorry, excuse my arm. And we're gonna do peace and happiness. That's a nice sentiment for this, don't you think? I love my itsy bitsy Christmas with all these holiday sayings. Oh, that's really crooked. Let me see if I have another one of these. I thought I did. Because this is the one, I mean, we could turn it around and nobody will be the wisest, but I will because it has the stitching, and the stitching upside down doesn't look as good, but I guess we can try it. It's a label. Okay, that's better. Yes. All right, so glue dots galore. I'll use this for something else or for next year because I'm pretty much ready to wrap up things. I need to do something, some note cards for my nephew's wife. She likes to send her packages to her family in with a note card with some sentiments on it or something. So I told her I would make her some. Well, she actually requested, but I'm gonna make it anyway. All right, and then I'm gonna put this here. No dimensionals here, bidimensionals here. So a glue dot here on this side. I think we sorted out the going to sleep thing because I haven't touched the phone for a while and it's still working, I think. Right? I hope you're still seeing me. And then we're gonna tag this. Oh, we need the dimensional for here. Yeah. There. Come on. Okay. There. There. And then we're gonna put this in a dimensional here. This one also is from branching out. It has a smaller, I think. And that's it. And then we need just our ribbon, which I think this one is gonna go good enough. This is too short. So what I'm gonna do is this, the single, and then knot it with something else. Maybe just a little bit of gold trim because it has the gold here, but it could be good in silver because this is very silvery as well. Sorry, I couldn't open the little Ziploc bag there. Let's see. It doesn't let me go around. There we go. There we go. Oh no. I lost the loop. Okay. Third time's the charm. Let me adjust this. And that's it. All right. So as you saw, we created a bunch of little cards, tags in no time at all. Some were from the Creative Haven, because if you put some Christmassy touch and you make it match whatever you're gifting, I think it's always good that you get like a little clue of what you're gonna get. You know, for somebody who likes to paint, you're giving a notebook or something, or like a not a notebook, a scrapbook. I mean, no, a sketchbook. That's what I meant. Here's my original and the other one. Then I showed you also this and this one. And there's another one here. So, you know, just using your scraps, you know, like use pieces of paper to cut. You can either cut cardstock as your base, or you can even cut this as your base, and like paper, I mean, like I did here with this one, or with this one for the note cards and envelopes, you know. So anyway, just use them. Use the scraps. Don't stress though. And take it easy, because the holidays can be a little bit stressful. They are for me a little bit. But anyway, so that's what I have for you tonight. Sorry, it's such a mess here. Like, you cannot really see anything good, but you got the idea of what I'm trying to do and was trying to do. And that's it. So I'm saying good night to you, wishing you a good week. I'm not going to resume live till January, second week of January. So I hope you all have great holidays, a great start of your 2026, and all the very best. Okay? Have fun, relax, and enjoy your holidays. See you next year. Bye.